Tonight in Toronto, we're tied. Inside of a minute to go. Jalen Brunson, great feed. He had 11 assists, none bigger than that one at Karl-Anthony Towns. So Toronto's down 2. RJ Barrett, who had 30, traded for OG Anunoby, and Anunoby says, get it out of here. So the Knicks get it back up 2, and Karl-Anthony Towns, who did it all tonight for 3, and that's your ball game. Knicks survive in Toronto, beating the Raptors 113-108. Great to have you with us, everyone, from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Alan Honeywell as Zerbiak. So, guys, Wally, Knicks saved their best for last. Maybe not their best game of the year, but it's a win, and they won the crunch time minutes, closing the game on a 12-4 run.
That's why you have star players, all-star caliber players to close the game down the stretch. RJ Barrett was phenomenal for 45 minutes, but down the stretch, you knew the Raptors were going to struggle, especially without Scotty Barnes, who's their point guard and facilitator out there on the floor to generate good shots and good offense. It's exactly what happened. Karl-Anthony Towns closed the door. Jalen Brunson closed the door. Mikal Bridges, we have to recognize how great he was tonight. Huge threes that he made when the Knicks needed some timely shots. This was one of his best games as a Knick.
The Knicks looked like they needed a battery pack, right? You could just feel like this game, like it just, every time they had a possession that was a positive one, there'd be another negative one, and the legs just did not look like they were there. But as Wally said, when you have star players, when you have a veteran team like this, you hang around in a game and you wait and say, all right, if we just stay in this thing, last 5 minutes we can take over. Like the last couple of plays we can take over if you let us stay in it. And that's what Toronto did, let them stay in it. And Karl-Anthony Towns, by the way, 24 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, did just about everything for this team. Rebounding factor was obviously huge for them. And remember the stat to watch? The Knicks, you get out-rebounded, they've lost. Out-rebounded 6 times, they've lost all 6 times. This is the first time this season they have been out-rebounded and still won the game. Did so because they made the big shots at the end.
Knicks in this game outboarded by 11. Wally, the biggest lead either team had was 11. So it was tight throughout. Take us through the last 12 minutes. Knicks won the fourth quarter by 8 points. And again, really important plays down the stretch, the key to the win.
Yeah, and it's a good thing Jalen Brunson came back in the lineup after tweaking that ankle because he made some big shots and big plays. This was a scramble possession where Josh Hart got that 3 to give the Knicks the 2-point lead at that point. And then Mogbo gets that bucket there. Back to the Raptors up by 1. Nice kick out. Karl-Anthony Towns knocks down that 3. Back and forth. Knicks take the lead. And this was a big play here. RJ Barrett getting to his left hand, laying it up and in. He was really good. And RJ Barrett's continuing to mature. This is a big 3. Davion Mitchell, you live with that 3. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but timely one there. Gives the Raptors that 3-point lead. I didn't see where the foul was there.
I think he got him on the arm.
Touched him somewhere, or the arm.
Look at him hold
but that's
the pose.
A big 4-point play.
Hold the pose.
Knicks take that 1-point lead. Mitchell, nice move there. Gets to the basket. Back to the Raptors. This was a swing it back and forth. These are the shots I mean by Mikal Bridges. Big shot. Camping out in those corners. He had 5 big threes to really help this Knicks team.
Up 2.
RJ in transition. I thought he got fouled there. Knicks got away with not getting an and 1. RJ's not happy with that one.
Love this play.
Yeah, this was the huge play. Tie game at 108. Ooh, great pass, great hands by Karl-Anthony Towns catching that one. Gives the Knicks the 2-point lead. And then Karl-Anthony Towns buying time for OG to come back into play and get that block. That was the key to that defensive possession. And then the big 3 here. No Jalen Brunson on the floor, which I thought was interesting. And there's the 3.
Give him the 3 to the dome,
Towns.
3 to the dome.
And Jalen gets to celebrate New York, New York, all day long, Bill Pito.
He let the crowd know about it for sure. You see the rebounding again right there. But look at the assists. You mentioned it, right? Another 30 assists performance.
12 games, guys, with at least 30 assists. Last year for the entire season,
10.
They had 10 games with at least 30 assists.
50% shooting, 40% from 3-point shooting. Again, the Knick offense continues to be, even though there were times in this game where the Knick offense did not look pretty. But it's amazing at the end of the game, when you look at the box score, there they are at 50 and 40. And the biggest issue they've been having is the last 2 games, they haven't made any free throws. Like, they've really struggled from the line. But like night after night, it just feels like they get the 50, they get the 40 from 3. And it's the defense that, I'm sure if you're Tom Thibodeau, if you can ever figure out this defense and get this defense on point, just where this team can go, that end of the floor has been the one thing that kind of holds them back.
Second straight game, the Knicks struggle at the line. Only 12 of 19 from the line tonight, and they struggled against Detroit the other night. Alan touched on it. Karl-Anthony Towns did it all tonight.
He did. And not having him in the lineup
score
was a big difference against Detroit. You could see Detroit heard he wasn't in the game, and they went after the Knicks, especially in the first quarter. But he just anchors that defense in so many important ways. And his shooting, like, it's just such a sweet stroke to watch him, you know, light it up from deep. And, you know, he had a tough matchup tonight, too, in Jakob Poeltl, who played very well. Had a double-double in his own right, 10 points, 12 assists. But you need size in this league. You need a legitimate 7-footer. That's why the Knicks went out and got Karl-Anthony Towns. And I like the way the Knicks are now mixing up the way they're using him as a pick-and-pop big sometimes, and also sometimes rolling to the basket and getting those easy layups from Jalen Brunson. The passing was there. Early on, he was dropping dimes to guys like Bridges and Anunoby. That's the play where he stepped on a foot and still ended up finishing. When he gets a big man up at the top of the key, he can just slice and dice him and get to the basket. That's just a sweet stroke, the three, and here's the big play that gave the Knicks the lead that they would not relinquish. That hand, those hands for a 7-footer to go down there and get that ball was big. And there's Towns again knocking down the dagger and saying, this is my house, New York. Living it up there north of the border.
And he hasn't, as
Take that L with you.
He mentioned to the guys he hasn't won in a while up in Toronto, so it meant something to him talking to people in the crowd. But I also love the fact, again, he and Carmelo Anthony have a relationship. And after making that three, that was the closer, that three. He did the three to the dome, like as an homage to Melo. But, you know, again, not pretty, but they found a way to grind this thing out. And Karl-Anthony Towns, once again, fingerprints all over the box score.
All right, Monica McNutt in Toronto. Help call the game on ESPN New York, the radio broadcast. Monica, as always, we appreciate your insight here. What do you think of the win?
Okay, I have a question because Tyler, Pat, and I, my radio team, we're going back and forth on this, y'all. So I need y'all's input. Was this a revenge game from our former friend and teammate, RJ Barrett, or was it standard to what he's been doing here at home this season as a Raptor? Mind you, his home splits are 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He put up 30 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. What do y'all say?
So I want to make this point, and Alan made the point off the air. They're down 2. He's got the ball, and Anunoby came up with the rejection. So
Great point.
And Anunoby's first game back in Toronto, in the game, playing in the game. So think about that also. It seemed to me...
But he outplayed Anunoby. Let's just keep it real.
What I was going to say is it seemed to me...
Barrett completely outplayed OG
the game was on the line.
But the question was revenge game. And Monica...
Or standard.
Yeah, Monica, I think it's a little of both. And I'm telling you, the last minute or so, you saw him determined to want to win the game. So there was a revenge factor in there. Made a big layup to tie it, said something to the bench, and then tunnel vision on that last possession got bottled up, and obviously the Knicks made the defensive play. That's where I think the revenge factor came in when it was winning time.
So I will actually give you that, Harm, because I said to Tyler early in the ball game that there was a familiar look in RJ Barrett's eyes. But ultimately, I'm with you in terms of the defense for this Knicks squad being able to stand up. And that you have to give credit to OG Anunoby. Down the stretch, and we kept talking about it on the radio broadcast, we knew that this offense was going to be fine. Although Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns hit huge threes. But it was like, okay, the defense has to create some separation. And it came quietly over that last 3 minutes where they managed to hold the Raptors to just 4 points. So ultimately, defense wins, and kudos to Barrett. He had a terrific game.
Monica, what are your thoughts on the pick and roll between Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson just closing it out this game and taking care of business?
The last shot, Wally, the last shot that Karl-Anthony Towns hit, like, sums it all up for me. And I thought there were other points. I want to say it was probably maybe 3 possessions prior to that 3. It might have been less, where Davion Mitchell was actually guarding. Yeah, when Davion Mitchell was guarding Karl-Anthony Towns at the top, and he found Jalen Brunson for what was the and one three-point play that also helped to create the momentum down the stretch for this team. I thought they did a terrific job. But we know that is one of the most formidable combinations in the league when you talk about pick and roll because of the ability of Karl-Anthony Towns to stretch the floor and Jalen Brunson to make reads. I will also add to that, the way that these guys can cut off of them adds even another layer to the space that the two of them can create.
Hey, Monica, we always talk about splits, right? Home and road and who shoots well and who doesn't and all that stuff. And Mikal Bridges is coming off a great homestand for him personally, shooting the ball well, scoring over 20 a game. And he goes on the road, and you wonder, okay, let's see if this keeps up. Well, it certainly did. 5 of 8 from downtown, got over 20 points again, 23 points in this one, and made a big shot down the stretch certainly as well. What are you seeing from him that he's maybe starting to figure out offensively?
Well, I thought the release point looked good tonight just from where we were sitting courtside. But we actually asked him about this because I didn't want to guess. And it was Tyler's first question. And he said, my teammates. He's like, well, first he was disappointed that he missed the walk-up three-pointer that he didn't miss, or that he did miss. But he said, it's my teammates. They give me confidence. I know that I'm in the lab putting the time into my game that is necessary, but my teammates continue to give me confidence. To that end, though, Han, we also asked him about that stretch, that 3-minute stretch to close the game. And he said, guys, that this defense is so heavily dependent on this team communicating. He even added, we get along so well off the floor when we asked him about this being the healthiest version of the team that we've seen to this point this season. Of course, we're waiting on Mitchell Robinson. He's like, we get along so well off the floor that it's frustrating when we don't communicate the way that we know that we're capable of on the defensive end. And he said that's what you saw in the last 3 minutes, a team that was focused and communicating, and they did a great job of helping one another. So all of those things together, I think, give you the productivity of Mikal Bridges tonight on the road.
All right, Monica, do me a favor. Just turn around, and I need you when we're done here to go out there and show these people how to shoot a basketball. You were a great shooter at Georgetown. This is very difficult to watch. Like, I need you to get back there and start teach some
Monica,
Canadians
you
how to
lost
shoot
the
a
horse
basketball.
game when we played
You know
horse.
what, Pito? First of all, I knew you was going to bring that up. Pito, if you don't stop bringing up how I fared and talk about how you fared in that horse game, okay? let's redirect.
Well,
and I don't know about
saying,
shooting these high heels.
I didn't get invited to that horse
Behind
game.
you know why you didn't
get invited.
Behind you, there's some shooting going on that needs to be corrected, so please take care of this business for
My
us.
terrific stage director, Eddie, was going to save me from some bricks, I understand. So we're going to let these people have their fun.
Monica, just don't forget your passport on the way back. Okay?
Honestly, Tyler's going to make sure that I don't miss any buses. He's a great teammate. We've all grown.
All right. Have a great trip home. We'll see you soon. All right. Showed the graphic there when Monica was talking. Really important. Knicks now 8-1 after losses. And
Yeah,
they're now
that's a great stat.
15-9 overall in the season. Tom Thibodeau's team gutting one out tonight across the border.